guys, welcome to our first video. Today's video is about how to move to the UK. So we're going to talk briefly about some of the cases of how to move to UK. Some of them are not as common, so we won't talk about them as much because it's very unlikely you will encounter yourself in one of those cases. So what's the first case?
The first case is to have a biometric residence permit, or BRP.
Yeah. For that, you have to live in the UK for more than 6 months. So it means you already moved to the UK. But this is like a settlement because now there's a pre-settle and settle status for European Union citizens. So it's kind of like that. So you already have to move to the UK. It's kind of a document that allows you to stay. Like imagine if USA has green card, is kind of like green card but in UK. So the next case is if you're a European citizen, and that is our case. So we came from Portugal, which allow us to work in all the countries that belong to European Union as of now.
Not for long.
Or maybe for long, because they'll keep delaying it until we reach a point of why did this start and when did this start, because it's taking so long that probably people will die and new generation will come and nobody knows what the hell is happening. So the last option is that you have a work visa, which is some of our friends situation. So for that you need to have a degree in one of the jobs that people need here, like IT technician or a nurse. That's the cases we know the most. So if you have an IT technician degree, you can move to the UK and have a work visa. But before you have to have a work visa before you move.
Yeah, you have to be working in one of the companies in your country, and they have to sponsor you to come to the UK. So they have to have some kind of deal with a UK company and provide you with a work visa.
It happens more than we thought it did, so that's why we're talking about it, because we thought it was like very unlikely, because people told, oh, you work with a company in your country, and if they have connections with the like a company, the same company but in the UK, or some kind of connection between companies, then you can have a work visa and work for that company for like 3 months or 6 months, and then if they still need you, they can renew your contract. But it's not as safe as being like a European citizenship, because we know we can stay in UK no matter what job we have, no matter if we have a job at all, and we can stay until 2021. So that is much safer than if you have a work visa, because you cannot stop working, otherwise you cannot stay in the country. So there's no lazy people coming here with the work visa. You really have to be working. That's the point. That's why it's called a work visa.
You have to be working for that company, and if the company wants you to change the city, you have to change to a different city and work for that company in a different city. That has happened to our friends.
Yeah. So the last option is also a visa, is if you are studying here. You can come to the UK and study in UK. Obviously, if you're from Europe, it's the same case. You don't even have to worry. You can come and do whatever you want, basically, work or study. You don't have to have special documents, but you can come and study in UK. And once you have your degree, you can stay indefinitely as long as you work in your area. So you cannot work in other area besides your degree. It's probably like not really like useful to work in other area, otherwise like did you have your degree if you're working in something else? But it's just the way it is. So if you work in your area and you really like it, then you're safe, because you always be able to stay as long as you keep working on your degree. So that's the last options. So now we'll tell you what you need to do when you move to the UK. So the first thing, you need to get a UK number. And we got ours from O2, which was the best deal, right? I think.
Yeah, it was the best deal at the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure as of now, but you can check between EE, 3, O2, Vodafone, and I don't know any other company. So if you come, you might check. You should check, because deals keep changing all the time, so you might find a better deal in other company. It's not like we're telling you to go to Yo 202 just because they're the best. I don't know. It was the best when we got here, because you really need to have a UK number to have a job, to find a house, everything. They need to contact you. Email is not enough. People here, I don't know why, but they just don't answer your emails. So if you're waiting for an email answer, you might as well be homeless and jobless for a long time because nobody will answer you. So the best option is not to get into any contract or anything. I don't know if you even can get into a contract as soon as you get here, because you have no address, no job, nor anything. They just probably won't even give it to you.
No UK number.
Yeah, so you really need to buy as pay as you go. So that's what we did.
Pay as you go, because it's the cheapest one. You can top up
Yeah.
anywhere. You pay like £10 and you get
On a pay point. We will
Yeah.
show you more in other videos of like outside living, because now we're under a ceiling and you don't really get the impression of how can I do that, because we also were super lost. We thought we had to go to the O2 shop every time, but we don't. You can go to a pay point and top up in every pay point. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is call the national insurance number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep up.
So calling the national insurance number, it's an headache.
Yeah.
They won't like they won't like to be on the phone with you.
Yeah.
They will ask you for a lot of details. One of the things you need is an address. And the thing is, how can you have an address if you don't have a national insurance number? And how do you have a national insurance number
you
without
can
an
get
address?
no, but you can get an address even if you don't have a national insurance number. But you usually can't get a house if you don't have a job, and you need the national insurance number to get a job. So it's weird. So the thing you could do, like because we also didn't know we had to have an address, but you do, so they can send you your national insurance number. You can give them your hotel address if you're staying in a hotel for a long time, but it usually can take up to 8 weeks to get your national insurance number. So you probably will change your address in between, and you can call them and change the address afterwards, I believe. So you can give them your hotel address, because I think they won't check. So
Yeah, I don't think they will.
if you have a friend, good luck. That's really good for you, because you can give your friend's address to almost everything, because you will need to give address in multiple situations. But the second best option is to rent a room, because it's way easier than rent a house. You cannot rent a house if you do not have a job. So you can rent a room. That's what we did. And
yeah, and now we are living in a room in a shared house.
Yeah.
And we've met Indian people, we've met
Bulgarian people.
Bulgarian people, Turkish people, and that's all.
Yeah, but you probably won't like it, but it's like a temporary thing. At least you have to tell yourself that, otherwise you'll go insane. So, so the best option is to go to Spare Room, Zoopla, or Rightmove. You can find shared houses in all of those websites. So then you need to open a bank account. The best option is to open an online bank account, which was what we did. You probably will have an headache trying to get a bank account in a physical bank, because they'll ask you for multiple stuff, and you do not have those stuff.
They will
You
ask
just
you
got
for
here.
proof of residence, like bills, not just the contract you sign with your tenant. Like proof that you're paying the bills.
Yeah,
proof
something
that,
that like a letter that has your name and has your address. It cannot be just like a random letter that you got from whatever, and it doesn't even say your name. It has to say your name in it. So, and if you're like a couple, you need both. You need two letters with both people's names. It's just hard, okay? So you just get into an online bank. You will need an address, but if you can have your hotel address or your room that you're renting, you can do that. You just need to give them an address so they can send the card to you. That's all. So you can give any address, and you'll have the bank account as soon as you get your card.
And that's, with the bank account, that's what you need to have a job. So once you start searching for jobs, Which, by the way, you should way before you have an address, way before you come to the UK, because these things take a long
apply
time.
online.
So once you've got a bank account, once you've got an address, once you've got a national insurance number, you can apply to jobs, and they will probably accept you if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But you need those 3 things, otherwise they will ignore you.
We'll also make a video about what they ask you in your national insurance number interview, because it's like a really interview. They're asking you all those questions, the same questions that they ask if you want a visa. So the last thing you need is to get a GP. It's not the most important one, that's why it's in the bottom of our list. But you'll need it as soon as you settled, like you really know where you're gonna live, and this is where you're gonna work. It's just the best to choose a GP close to your work or house area. If you live in the same area as you work, that's the best. But just something close to your house. You can look up in Google Maps GP practice and you'll find in one close to you. But also check the reviews, because we found some that have really bad reviews. So that's it for our video. I hope you like it. We'll talk about other stuff more in detail in other videos, like what you're gonna expect in national insurance number interview, and how to open a bank account, and how to get everything that you need to move to the UK. So I hope to see you in another video, and that's it, right? Bye!
Bye!